Hi all, welcome to SharePoint World. So this is the continuation of our part 1 video, add item to SharePoint list using SPFx. Previously we created a web part and I'll provide the link in the description for the part 1 video. So today we are going to update this web part and as discussed in our previous video, we are going to add item to our employee list. So we are going to add title and age to our employee list using SPFx. So we are using this as the web part solution. So we will check how we can do. So it's already running the default web part. So this is the output we have obtained. So now we are going to change the form, like for our name field and age field. So we'll update. So let us check what we can do. So just open your solution. In your solution we have src. Under src there's a web part. In our web part, just open your ts file. So this is the rendering method which is rendering in our website. So we are going to change the items. So I'll just show you what all things we have to do. So first we will copy our label and I will show you how it is working. So just change your div, the default div. So let us, okay, so now we have added first name, then a text field, then age and text field, and we have provided a button to save to SharePoint. So we will just save, we'll run our page. Okay, we will check that. So just refresh your page. So here you can see like the first name and age and this save button appear here. So now we are going to do like whenever we click this save, we have to save the items to our employee list. So for that we have to bind and add item to our save. So let us go each one by one the code. Okay, so first we have added the block. So next thing what we have to do is like we have to import SPHTTP client from our SPHTTP module, because usually this is the thing which we need to work with our SharePoint list. So whenever we need to connect for SPFx from our SharePoint, we have to import this SPHTTP module. Okay, so that's the first step you have to add. Then the next thing, we have to bind a click event to our save function. So for that, so here you can see this is the bind method. So I will show you one by one. So here what we are going to do is like in our button, like the save button, we are just adding an event listener like this function add list item. Okay, so one thing here we have to, so whenever we load we have to work the click function. So this one we have to add here. So for that just append here like this dot bind save. Okay, so just paste here under the render method. Okay, so this thing is done. So now what we have to do, the next step is we have to write a method for add list item. So this is the method which we are going to add the item to SharePoint. Okay, so let us check the code, that code as well. So first I will copy and we will go one by one. Okay, so for add list item, first you have to check here, like whenever we are posting a request to SharePoint, this is the URL. So what all parameter we need first is site URL. Site URL is our SharePoint list URL. So here I have provided the site URL, like this is the this dot context, page context, and the absolute URL. And here you have to mention your REST API URL, like API web list, and which list we are going to add. So in our case the list is employee list. Okay, so that's why I provided employee list here. So that's the first parameter, site URL. Then we have to paste our version. So this is the default version which we have to provide in our post request. Then the client option. So in the client option here we have to mention our body. So in our case what all things we have to provide, like see we have first name and age. So the column which we need like title and age. So here what you have to mention, like in your body, so here you have to mention the SharePoint internal name. Okay, so from here, like from our get item by id first name. By using this text box we will get the first name, and the age we will get from this text box. So here we are storing the values for first name and age. Then we have to add in our body like title, age, and we have to pass the client option to our body like the item body which we copied here. So that item body, by stringifying, we are passing to our body. So simply if we explain, like we have three parameters. So first thing is our site URL, okay, then the version, then we have to mention the body. So in this case the body we have to add the title and age. So here we are just storing a constant variable item body, and we are storing the title and age. So then in our body template we are just stringifying those item body, okay, then we are storing here. So what then, if the response is success, we will get the message success, okay. So first we will build the solution and we will run and we will check, okay. So let's open your prompt. So okay, so just build your solution. So for that, gulp build, okay. So now your solution is building. So once it is done, we will just run our solution. So the default workbench is starting, but we will check in our SharePoint workbench. Okay, so we will type the name John and the age 29, and we will click on save. So we have got the success message, okay. So now we will check the list. So if you refresh here, so we have successfully added these things. So one more time I will just show you the code, okay. So this is the add item function, and this is a success message. So I hope everyone liked this video.